Welcome, Fuse Nation, to another live Sports Fusion episode. My name is Alex Fuse. Thank you for joining me today. On the phone now, he is an MLB.com reporter of the New York Yankees, Mr. Bryan Hoch. So, Bryan, busy days in Boston as Alex Rodriguez's career is wrapping up. The Yankees are letting him go after tomorrow's game, if that game happens. I know thunderstorms are brewing tomorrow night at Yankee Stadium. So, what happens if there is thunderstorms at tomorrow's game and it gets canceled? Does Alex Rodriguez play Saturday against the Tampa Bay Rays then?
That is a fantastic question, and I haven't heard confirmation one way or the other, but as I'm sure you know, it's a big weekend for the Yankees. Not only this A-Rod thing is going on Friday, but they've got the reunion of the 1996 team on Saturday, and then they're giving Mariano Rivera his plaque on Sunday afternoon. So I'm sure they don't want to overshadow those two events. Those have been on the calendar for a long time. They got the whole 96 team coming in. It's going to be interesting if Mother Nature wants to get in the way here and force Alex to have another day. My guess is he would play on Saturday. They've sold a lot of tickets, obviously, for Friday night. People do want to see Alex play one more game in pinstripes. That was part of the deal with him and Hal Steinbrenner. He said, just give me one more game in New York. He's got family coming in, a Boys and Girls Club, all that. It would be a real mess if rain decides to wash out Friday night's game, but we will see what happens. I'm sure the Yankees, as always, make every effort to get the game in.
Yeah, and last night, we'll move on. Ivaldi left last night's game after the first inning, only throwing a dozen pitches. Have you heard any update on Nathan Ivaldi and how his arm is doing?
Not yet. My guess is right now he's in a MRI tube, or at least seeing a doctor in New York. He was headed back to New York last night. They should probably have some sort of announcement today. Joe Girardi will be meeting with the media at around 3:40. We should have some idea later on today, but I mean, this is the guy who last year, remember, he lost almost the entire final month of the season due to an injury. Maybe it's just a wear and tear thing, and obviously you always think about the worst case scenario. Ivaldi had Tommy John surgery as a high schooler, and you'd hate to lose him for a full season, but I think that's getting ahead of ourselves. Let's see what it is, and if it's what it was last year, if it's the inflammation, that sort of thing. Remember, he would have been active to pitch if they had beaten Houston in the wild card game, so he could have came out of the bullpen. So maybe it's nothing too serious, but it certainly seems like 2 years in a row now, Ivaldi's hit a major speed bump here in the second half.
Okay, and before I go on to my next question, I'm going to take a Twitter question from Brady from Rotterdam, New York. He asks, in the 2018 off-season, Bryce Harper, Jose Fernandez, and Manny Machado will all be free agents. Now, it seems to me the most likely of those there to go to New York is Harper. Will the Yankees get him, and will they try to go after the other two as well?
I think the answer is yes across the board, and it's going to be a ridiculous winter meetings. We're in Las Vegas that year, I know, and the Yankees might seriously spend $1 billion when we go to Las Vegas that year. So I think that it's so hard to say what's ahead. You know, I'm not sure if Washington and Baltimore and Miami, respectively, might work out something to keep those players, but you know that the Yankees have to be looking ahead at the money they have coming off the books this year and next year. Obviously, you're riding it out here. You've got the end of Alex Rodriguez, you've got the end of Mark Teixeira, CC Sabathia next year coming off the books. You're getting a lot of these major commitments going out of the way, and if there's one thing we know about the Yankees, it's when payroll comes off, they put it back in. They did it the last time, and that's how you have Brian McCann, Kobe Ellsbury, Carlos Beltran was here. I think that Hal Steinbrenner knows these are big names. You need big names to win in New York, and I think that anybody who is saying Bryce Harper is not going to come to the Yankees, I think that I have a quarrel with that. I think the Yankees are going to go all out for him. I think they'll go out for Machado, and if Fernandez is there, I think they'll go for him too.
Okay, and like we're just talking about the future of the New York Yankees, one guy that all Yankee fans like to talk about is Aaron Judge. Do you see Aaron Judge coming up once A-Rod is gone this weekend, or maybe at the beginning of September when they bring up all the 40-man roster people?
I think he's coming. I think that Joe Girardi has made it clear, the Yankees made it clear that they want to start taking a look at these kids. You're seeing it a little bit with Gary Sanchez now. I think that once Alex is off the roster, my guess is actually Tyler Austin, who's having a terrific year down in AAA. He's put his name back on the prospect radar. That gives Judge a little extra time to get his swing back, his timing back after he was on the disabled list. But he's coming. These kids are coming. The Yankees want to definitely take a look at what they have in the farm system. I think you're looking at the situation here. They're I believe 5.5 out of the wild card. I think that even though they're still talking a little bit about the wild card, I think realistically you have to roll the clock toward next year. Yep. And some of these guys might help them win in 2017. So it's time to take a look at it.
Okay, one last question before I wrap up this interview. Brian McCann cleared the trade waivers and could be potentially traded either in the next few months of the season or in the offseason. Do you see McCann moving to a different team during this offseason coming up?
I think it's possible. I don't sense that McCann is in any hurry to leave New York. I think that he has enjoyed his time here. It's kind of funny with how Yankee Stadium has played for him, because when he came, you looked at the dimensions and the type of hitter that he was, and you said, this guy's going to crush the ball in New York. And obviously that didn't happen so much with the home run. It picked up later. But I think that the aggressive defensive shifting has dented his batting average a lot. I was considering the possibility that he might go back to Atlanta. I think that if he did do that, or go to a more spacious ballpark where you didn't have all the outfielders and the infielders bunched up on the right side for him, I think his average actually would go up. So Yankee Stadium's been a blessing and a curse in a way for Bryan McCann. But I think that's a big reason why you want to take a look at Gary Sanchez here, see if he's the real deal. So far, the defense, the arm has been terrific. The bat has been promising. You want to see him hit with consistency, and if he does, I think that you can go into the offseason legitimately shopping Bryan McCann. You've also got Austin Romine, who has proven he is a legit major league backup at this point. You can shop him around as well, but I think that it's all good for the Yankees to have these kind of options. And if Sanchez is the real deal, then you're kind of looking for the future here, and you're saying if McCann's not going to catch 100 or 120 games a year, then where does he play on this team? Is he your first baseman? I don't think so. Not with Greg Bird and Kyler Austin and those guys coming. So I think that how Gary Sanchez does down the stretch will do a lot to determine what the Yankees do with Bryan McCann. But certainly that is an option that he could go somewhere else.
Okay, Bryan, thanks for taking the time out of your busy day to come talk with us at Sports Fusion.
You got it. Thanks for having me.
Yep, no problem. Okay, you just heard it from Bryan Hoch, who is an MLB.com reporter for the New York Yankees. He had to say what he thinks what's going to happen tomorrow if A-Rod's game is going to get rained out. We should know a little bit more tonight what happened with Ivaldi as well. Thank you for watching this show. Come back at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. I'm having the producer of Mike and Mike, ESPN, the show on tomorrow night or tomorrow morning, and talk to him about what exactly he does for his job as well. And also at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, I will be talking with pitcher Christian Morris in the New York Yankees organization. Thank you, Feuzion, for watching this show. I will see you tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching.